I might, but I'm not sure.
Lita, tell me.
I'd rather do it in person, in private. Would it be all right if I came to the hospital to see you?
Yes. Yes, please do. And Lita, hurry. She's coming over here to talk to me. I can't believe it, Max. She's just walking right into our hands.
Tina, if you ever were an actress, now's the time to give an award-winning performance.
Oh, I'll do that, Max. I will. I will do anything to get Milagro into my life.
I said I was sorry, didn't I?
Yeah, after Sarah told us that she saw your horse wandering around out there somewhere. Until then, you were ready to string me up as a rustler.
Well, honey, you know what they say in these parts, huh?
Huh?
A cowboy's first love is his horse.
Oh, do they? Well, then fine, Mr. Cowboy. You let Okie keep you warm on those cold winter nights.
Honey, how many times do I have to say it? I know that you wouldn't leave the stall door open on purpose, no matter how much you objected to my riding this little race.
All right, Clint. Maybe you do know it. Does that mean you have finally come to your senses about this race?
This call to Tia was so painful, Rollo. She kept begging for news of her baby.
Nevertheless, you followed my instructions to the letter, my love. I'm proud of you.
I should leave soon to go to the hospital to see her.
Poor Tina. Using this baby as a carrot, we can lead her wherever we want her to go, eh?
That's what I'm afraid of, Rollo.
There's nothing to be afraid of. The baby is healthy again. Tina has recovered from her unfortunate fainting spell. A joke, my love. I know I've had to resort to some desperate measures in the past, but from this point it will be smooth sailing. Assuming, of course, you play your part.
I know what I have to do.
Yes, but will you do it with conviction? You must think of it like this, my love. As soon as we make the final move, we'll have $1 million. Tina will have her baby back. Everyone has their heart's desire.
Well, maybe Lita will bring the baby over when she comes over.
Tina, all she said was she has some news.
Yeah, but then maybe she'll take me right to him, and I can see him, and I can hold him. Max, come on, where's my clothes? I have to get dressed, because I'm going to see my baby, and I'm never going to...
Whoa, slow down here. I know you've got your hopes up, but Lita is not coming here out of the goodness of her heart. If she and Rollo are offering the baby, they're going to want something in return.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbow.
Sweetheart, I'll tell you what. We got two choices. A, we can have another fight over this little horse race, or B, we can do what we've always done.
You mean give in and let Clint have his way?
Vicky, I have ridden this race every time we've come here to the ranch in time for me to ride it. It's custom. It's tradition.
It is madness. Darling, has anything I've said, anything at all gotten through to you?
Vicky, I have always claimed that I could ride from here to Apache Rock and back with my eyes closed. Now, this is a chance for me to prove it.
Oh, this is not funny.
Look, would you like me to saddle a horse for you, and I'll take you over the trail, the whole 100 miles of it. I'll prove to you that I know what I'm talking about.
Darling, it is one thing to know a trail. It is quite another thing. What happens when the race begins? What happens when all those other riders gallop past you at full speed?
Well, let them gallop past me. Getting past me is one thing. Staying past me is something else. They've never been able to do that before.
Yeah, honey, you've never...
I've never what? Go ahead, say it. I've never been blind before?
Darling, listen, you've made remarkable strides in your therapy. I mean, there doesn't seem to be an end to the things that you can accomplish. But you have a bullet fragment that is lodged in your head, darling. What if a boulder crashes down into the path in your way? What if a rattlesnake spooks your horse?
Oh, the only time I've ever seen a horse spook at a rattlesnake is in some movie. Now, there's always some risk, but none that I can't handle.
What about me? What about your family? What if we can't handle it, honey?
Vicky, I am not trying to torture you or put you through anything. If it was anything else, I would back off just because you asked me to.
Right.
But this race means something to me.
It was just like Sarah said. George and I found Okie out by the southern end of the range.
Is he okay?
Yes, sir. Your prize horse is chomping on his feedback back at the corral. I'll tell you, though, just can't figure how he got out. But I'll make sure it never happens again.
Well, thanks, George. Thanks.
Thank you very much, George, and you too, Cord. Well, at least we know now that I didn't steal the horse and try and change his brand.
Ma'am.
Listen, folks, while I was out, have you heard anything?
Oh, Cord,
What is it? Did Max call? Clint, what did he say? Have you heard anything about my son?
I know it's bothering you.
You do?
You're afraid the police will be waiting for you in Tina's hospital room. My darling, you don't need to worry. No one needs to know we're working together. All you have to do is deliver the message. I'll take care of the rest.
You make it sound so easy.
It's child's play.
Child's play.
My darling, do you think I'd let you land in jail?
It isn't that.
What is it then?
You say you've come to care about Milagro. He isn't just a means to get $1 million, is he?
Of course not. The little fellow is becoming more and more meaningful in my heart every day.
Then why take a risk? It's the exchange that's the greater threat, right?
What the hell are you talking about?
You can take the money from Tina and we can still keep the baby, can't we? What's so funny? It's possible, isn't it?
I thought I was a natural-born thief. You've got larceny in your veins, my love.
Then will you do it? Will you get the money and we'll run away with Milagro?
If we kept that baby, we'd be looking over our shoulders every day for the rest of our lives.
The police will be after us whether we have Milagro or not.
Yes, but we can disappear easily. The two of us with a baby would be easy to identify.
We can change our names. We can go far away. We can be just another happy, anonymous family.
My love, no one wants a family more than I. And as soon as this is finished, we will be married. We'll make a baby of our own. And we'll have $1 million.
But this child, I love him as much as if he were my own. And if you feel the same.
My darling, it's impossible. You have to get yourself to Landview and talk to Tina.
But, Rollo.
Just talk to Tina. Make sure she understands how much it will cost to get her baby back. And meet her. Make certain that no one follows you back here.
Tina, we can't ignore the obvious. From the moment Lita came into town, she's been playing us for a couple of fools. She's been using your baby right from the beginning, she and Rollo. I mean, she planted the seed that led us down to Buenos Aires. For all we know, they engineered the whole thing so that you could be in that hut in the jungle and see Milagro. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, but now we know he's my son.
Tina, that's not exactly good news.
Yes, it is. It is, Max, because now you believe me. You believe that I saw Milagro in the jungle, and then I saw him in Landview Park when he was with the babysitter, and then I saw him in this hospital. Max, besides, now that we know what they're up to, we can outsmart them.
Tina, smarts is not going to be enough. If Rollo is spending this minor fortune setting this whole thing up, he's got to be expecting one hell of a payday.
I don't care how much it costs me. All I want is my baby.
That's what I want, too. But it's not going to be as simple as handing over a bag of money in exchange for your baby.
Dr. Kellogg?
You must be Cassie Callison.
Yes. I got here as soon as I could. You said this concerns my Aunt Melinda?
Yes. Please, sit down. May I order you some breakfast?
No, thank you. Dr. Kellogg, you made this sound like it was fairly important on the phone.
Yes, I'm afraid it is. I just received this letter from Melinda. I'm sure you'll agree it's very disturbing.
It's time for us to talk honestly. I know I have a history of delusion, but I also know what I saw in your office. This sounds very reasonable to me.
Keep reading, please.
It's no fantasy that a man was murdered while you sat calmly at your desk. It's no fantasy that I witnessed that murder. And it is certainly no fantasy that you have systematically been covering up the crime.
Yes, she speaks with great conviction. Go on.
It doesn't matter who had his hands around the throat of the man who was killed. You and you alone are his murderer. Just as you are the one who murdered poor Mr. Peck, my only other witness. And if that weren't enough, you want to make me your next victim.
But I won't let you get away with it. I'll kill you first. I'll make you suffer 10 times over for the humiliations you've heaped on me. Your death will be slow and painful.
Stop it. Just stop it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to inflict your aunt's tortured thoughts on you, but I have no choice.
If those are her thoughts, I find it very hard to believe that my aunt wrote that letter.
I find it difficult to accept, too, but you did say that this is her handwriting.
Yes, but the anger in this and the venom.
Cassie, do you know anything about Melinda's past history?
Yes. My mother told me all about it, Doctor. I am well aware of the fact that she had several psychotic episodes.
It's more than that. She even went so far as to try to kill your stepmother, Jenny, didn't she?
Yes, but that was a long time ago. Now, you would not have released her from the hospital, from the clinic, if you didn't think that she was in control.
We felt she was ready for release. We had no way of anticipating her rage at the Compton Clinic staff and at me in particular.
Why would she hate you so much if you helped her?
We also released her. Perhaps unknowingly, we denied her the one home, the one secure world she'd ever known.
And that's enough for her to imagine a murder? Or better yet, to want to commit murder? I'm sorry, Doctor. I'm sorry, but I just don't buy it.
I don't blame you for reacting like this, but you're more than her niece. Along with Larry Wolek, you helped to sponsor her release. I want you to speak to Melinda. Make her see that she must seek psychiatric help.
What if she refuses?
Then I have no alternative but to go to the authorities. A judge may order her to be recommitted to prevent her doing damage to herself and to others. I'm sorry to burden you with this crisis, but Melinda's mental health must be our prime consideration. Please, speak to her.
Dr. Kellogg, this letter, can I hold on to it?
Yes, of course, I have a copy in the files. Thanks. If you want to reach me, call the clinic. I'll get back to you day or night.
Did you sleep with the DA?
We're not here to answer any questions.
Oh, but just a few questions.
Well, hi there. See, we're new watchdogs.
How about it, Mr. Callis?
How about what? Now, don't you have anything better to do with your mornings?
But do you have sex with all your female assistants?
Like checking out the garbage cans, maybe?
Then there was something special about Jennifer Calhoun?
Yes. She's a hell of a secretary. See ya.
Oh, but wait.
Man, no wonder you didn't want to meet us at your office. They would have handed you all the way to City Hall.
Well, I'm going in. I just thought I'd try to wait out the storm for a while.
Well, you handled them very calmly.
Yes, this is the first prerequisite of being a district attorney is a tough hide. No, the one I feel for is Jennifer. I mean, all she did was spend the night on that couch because she was too tired to drive home. I mean, you'd think we flew off to Brazil with Grandma's life savings.
Is this about time you want us to come back?
What? No. You've got problems of your own. Here, give me your coats and have a chair over there. I want to tell you what I found out.
Oh, you finally found out why Dr. Kellogg's trying to drive Melinda nuts.
Rob, look, I ran an intensive background check on Dr. Kellogg. His credentials are impeccable.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that he wasn't behind my father's murder.
Or Mr. Peck's.
Let's start with Peck. Now, according to all the police reports, there were no prints found in Melinda's car except Melinda's.
What? So what? It just means he was a careful man.
Or he was nowhere near the scene of the hit and run. He was having a brandy with 3 of his colleagues that night.
Well, of course he was. He hired somebody to steal my car and run down Peck, just like he hired somebody to kill Alex Crown.
Yeah, honey, it's just speculation. The alleged murder at Mountain View is nothing more than that.
Alleged?
Yes.
Look, I know that we don't have any fingerprints or eyewitnesses. What about Rob's father's disappearance now? Is that a coincidence?
You see, there's an ancient rule of law. Without the body, there's no murder. Now, I'm sorry, we can't even prove Alex Crown was killed, much less that Kellogg was responsible.
So what you're saying is there is nothing we can do?
I'm saying without more proof, we
Oh,
can't
to hell
do
with
anything.
proof. I thought you knew me. I thought you trusted me, Herb. I mean, what it comes down to is the fact that you don't believe a word I've said, right?
There you go.
So what time is it now?
Almost 10:30.
Oh, I don't know, Max. I'm so scared I'm going to say something to her that's going to scare her away.
Hey, who's talking here? Not Tina Roberts, world's greatest actress.
Oh, if that's your version of a pep talk, please keep it up.
I have every confidence in you. You just sit here and act calm. Okay, act relatively calm. Just play along with anything Lita says.
I'll try, but I don't know. The first time my baby is going to come up, I'm going to want to just drop the charade and have her tell me where he is.
Whoa. That is the one thing you can't do. Now, you go along with her song and dance. You let her think that you believe her whole spiel. That's the only chance we have of getting to your son.
For the first time in my life, I hate having to lie. I mean, why can't I just talk to her woman to woman and beg her to give me my son back? I mean, she must have some kind of human feeling.
She might, but Rollo doesn't. And from all I can tell, he has her under his thumb. That is why you've got to give the performance of your life. Otherwise, you may never see your son again.
Thank you very much, Heron. Oh, please, be sure and give Tina and Max our love. Bye.
Well, what did he say? Have you heard anything?
No. All Heron knows is that Tina's going to be released from the hospital today.
Well, that's good news, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but he didn't say anything about the baby. Max didn't leave a message for me?
No, according to Heron, Max has been at the hospital with Tina, and neither Tina nor Max has called with any kind of news.
Perfect.
You know, I hate to be the one to say this, but maybe Larry's diagnosis is right. I mean, Tina's been under so much stress, even to the point of fainting, that she sees the baby everywhere, wherever she looks.
Yeah, but maybe Tina's version is right. Maybe she didn't faint. Maybe she was attacked. And maybe my son is alive and well in some place in Landview.
Well, whichever. Tina's going to have a very, very lonely homecoming. It's going to be an empty house.
Well, she'll have Max, won't she? And Heron and the rest of the staff?
Darling, that's hardly the same as having your family there.
Mrs. B, why don't you just come right out and say it? You think that your place is in Landview with your sister?
No, I'm not going to leave you and the children.
We can survive without you for a few days. Now, you and Cord go back to Landview.
Clint, now just wait a second here, all right? I already told you, Max does not need my help to search for the boy.
I'm not talking about what Max needs. You need to look for your son, and you want to look for your son, but you happen to think that you're obligated to help your old man get through this little 100-mile ride, and you don't want to disappoint him, right?
Linda, honey, I have never doubted that you thought you saw
I
a
didn't
murder
think.
take place.
I saw it.
Melinda, take it easy.
No, I'm sick and tired of this diplomatic conversation. What Herb is saying is he doesn't believe me, right, Herb?
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't have to say it. You don't think I saw Alex Crown strangled in Dr. Kellogg's office. You think I'm having a psychotic delusion.
Now, Melinda, damn it, listen to me. Now, it's one thing to accuse the man in your living room, but once you approach me as the district attorney, I have to have facts.
Oh, yes, of course, and we can't possibly say anything against Dr. Kellogg's impeccable reputation. I mean, I'm the one that needs my head examined.
Melinda, come on. Herb is just doing his job.
Thank you, Rob. Now, I'll tell you one fact. Melinda, I do believe your story. And you're right, I do know you, and I know that you would never lie about seeing a murder. I also believe that it was no hallucination.
Well, if you believe that, why are you coming down so hard on me?
Rob said it. I can't do my job without cold, hard facts to support your claim.
In other words, what you're saying is that it's one thing for you to believe Melinda's story, but it's hard to convince someone else.
That's exactly right. We don't have a case against Kellogg. Hell, we don't even have a body. I mean, look, Rob, I don't mean to sound uncaring, but if we can't prove that your father was murdered by Kellogg and then connected with Kellogg, it's simply Melinda's word against his.
So you do want to help me?
Well, honey, The National Intruder is not the only reading material I had last night.
I'm sorry. I should have known you wouldn't turn your back on me.
Oh, Melinda, look, I never will do that. I never have, and I never will. We just got to come up with something concrete. Barracudas, if they don't leave me alone at that. Yeah, you
When I told you I bothered him, do anything.
You're wasting your time, honey. Come here. Not right now. Not right now.
Dad, has this been going on all morning?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just throw him some raw meat on my way out.
Cassie, it's good you're here.
But you can fill her in. I can't spend the rest of the day here. I promised I'd show up in court later today. Huh?
I'll run interference for you. I gotta go down to the club and check out on the final things before the opening.
Well, that's okay. You go ahead because I wanted to stay here and talk to Melinda about something anyway.
Well, Cassie, I mean, we can talk anytime. I think Herb needs some help.
I can handle it. I'll see you later. You ready, Herb?
Yeah, you block, I'll run.
Okay.
Bye. Good luck. Oh, poor Herb. We should have gone out with him.
Well, it's not Dad I'm worried about. I think he can take care of himself. I'm more concerned with you. Now, Melinda, I need the truth. Did you write this letter?
I don't know how, but I'll play the part.
Now you're talking. As long as Lita thinks we aren't onto her and Rollo, we have a chance of finding your baby.
I know. I guess it makes the little lie I have to do not seem so bad. But, you know, I don't understand it, Max. I mean, I know I've never been an angel, but how can people be so cruel?
To people like Rollo Fernandez, it's second nature.
What about Lita? I mean, she seems like a decent woman. How could she not care about an innocent child?
She might. But if she's anything like Rollo, she cares a lot more about money.
Oh, no, Max. What if they're abusing my son? I mean, he's a baby. He needs to be fed and loved and taken care of. What if he's all by himself? And he's crying out for somebody to love him?
Shh. Look, they're not going to harm their investment. You saw him in the park, remember? You saw Mrs. Olson, how she was taking care of him, right?
Yeah, he did look well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Max, I mean, I've seen him in the hospital now. I mean, what if they're not giving him his medication?
Tina, we can't think about that now. Just think about getting Lita to trust you. Speaking of which, I better get out of here.
Well, you're going to leave me alone with her?
Well, if both of us are here, I think she might be too afraid to go ahead with her plan. Don't worry. I'll hide right outside the door. That way I can listen to her and follow her when she leaves.
Well, what do I do then?
Well, you wait for Larry to discharge you, and then I'll meet you at Land Fair. And hopefully I won't be alone. I'll have your son with me.
Oh, Max, please be careful.
Hey, don't worry about me. I plan on bouncing Milagros babies on my knees when I grow old. Curtain's going up, Ms. Roberts. Break a leg.
Oh, Milagro, it's you. Oh, my baby, it's you. Oh, Milagro, my son. I pray this works. It just has to.
I know this looks like my handwriting, but I swear to you, I did not write this letter.
Are you sure? Maybe you forgot.
Forgot? Forgot I wrote such a vicious... What are you saying, that I had another breakdown?
No, I am not. I'm only asking if maybe you wrote this in a moment of stress and then you just put it out of your mind.
I remember what my breakdowns were like, and they were in the past. Right now, I am as sane as you are.
And I want to believe that, but Melinda, please explain to me, where did this letter come from?
It's obvious Dr. Kellogg forged it. And it's certainly not incriminating. Instead, it just shows how far he'll go to cover up his crimes.
Well, he seemed to care about you.
Oh, all he cares about is saving his own neck. So he has to get everybody else to suspect me.
Okay. You say that a man was murdered in his office. And then you saw that he killed the only witness that saw the whole thing. Now you're saying that he's trying to make you feel like you're insane. Now, this doesn't add up. The man I saw today is a dedicated therapist.
So don't you understand how betrayed I feel? When I was at Compton, I trusted Dr. Kellogg with my life. Now he's the man I fear most in the whole world.
Well, this whole thing is so confusing. You seem sincerely afraid, and he really seems sincere about wanting to help you.
There's only one big difference. You know me.
Look, I'm sorry. I can't explain this, but please, please give me the benefit of the doubt.
I want to. The trouble is, it isn't up to me. Kellogg said that if you don't go seek psychiatric help, he'll have to have you recommitted.
That's it. That is the last straw. He just wants to get me under his control so he can do whatever he wants to me. He might even kill me.
Wait, what are you doing? Where are you going?
I have to go. I have to let Rob look at this. He'll know what to do.
You've really come to rely on his judgment, haven't you?
It's more than that, Kathy. I need Rob. I need him desperately.
Clint, come on, it's not a matter of obligation. I honestly do want to run this race with you. Wait, that could be Max. Please, let me get it. Hello.
Cord, it's Max.
Hey, Max, what is the word?
Listen, I don't have much time. Things are happening fast around here.
Well, have you found my son?
Not yet. But it seems like Milagro is more than just a figment of Tina's imagination.
Details, Max, please. What the hell is going on there?
Okay. Apparently, Lita has been pulling the scam ever since she came to town. And she's not working on this thing solo. Her partner is Rolo Fernandez.
Good Lord. There's been some plot all along, and this Lita woman has been involved with it. Rolo Fernandez is her partner. Do you remember him?
Yes, is Tina all right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And what about the baby? Is he yours or isn't he?
Well, it's sure starting to look that way, Clint.
Come in later, Cord. Look, I got to talk fast before Lita comes here.
Hey, I'm sorry, Max. Go ahead.
Okay, Lita's coming to Tina's room. I figure she's going to make some kind of ransom demand.
Do you think she's going to bring the baby with her?
No way. She and Rolo aren't that stupid, but I might get a chance to follow her back to Milagro.
Max, please, just be careful.
Yeah, well, why do you think I'm calling you? I mean, I can handle this on my own, or I can hold off till you get here. How do you want me to play it?
Man, I don't know. Look, if this thing is coming down as fast as you say it is, then you may not be able to wait for me, all right? I trust you, Max, okay? So just...
All right, I won't wait for any more instructions. When Lita gets here, tell you what, I'll follow her back. Hold it. Here she is. Gotta go.
Well, from what you just told me, that kind of settles it. There's no question about it. Your son needs you a hell of a lot more than I do, Cord.
Lita, thank you for coming. I can't wait to hear your news.
What I have to tell you, it isn't quite easy for me, Tina.
Well, I know you have my best interests at heart, mine and my baby's. So tell me, what have you heard?
The child called Milagro has been found.
No, you don't mean it.
I heard it from Estelle. You were right. The baby wasn't just a rumor. He really exists.
I knew it. I just knew it. Where is he?
Well, that's the story. The couple from Buenos Aires went to the jungle, and they bargained with the Indians. They took the child with them back to the city.
So my baby's in Buenos Aires?
Well, he was, and... Well, he was in Buenos Aires, and then the couple heard about your trip to the jungle, and they were very deeply impressed by your efforts to try and find the child. And that's why they contacted Estelle. She called me, and they want to return your child to you, Tina.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Lita. And oh, thank you to them. You know, I don't know how I'll ever repay them.
Perhaps you can. The couple, they don't have enough money to arrange for another child. And that's why, if you could help them to, in exchange for Milagro.
Well, what do they need? Lita, how much do they want?
$1 million American.
I see. Well, if these are their terms, why didn't they come to me directly?
Fear, shame. They did want to take advantage of your situation, and yet...
And yet they're willing to take $1 million from me. Well, I have a few questions for you. Like, when did you last see this couple, and are they here in America?
I can't answer all your questions right now, Tina.
Well, then I only have one question for you, Lita. How could my baby be in Buenos Aires when I saw him in Landview Park and I saw him in this very hospital?
I don't know. Perhaps you thought you did.
Yeah, just like I thought that their name was Brewster. Lita, I'm not just going to fork over $1 million until I see my baby, until I have him in my arms.
It can't be. The couple, they're terrified by the discovery, and they said they must guard the baby until the exchange.
Oh, they say that? They say that, or do you say it, Lita, or does Rollo say it?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, don't you lie to me. I'm not going to play this game with you anymore. I want the truth. And I want my baby now.
It's a forgery, plain and simple.
So you agree with me that he's just trying to make me think like I'm losing my mind?
Kellogg hasn't balked at murder, has he? Why would he hesitate to try to make people believe he would write this garbage?
I can't tell you how much your believing me means.
It may look like your handwriting, but it's got Kellogg written all over it. The cruelest part is how he used your past history to throw off the blame off himself.
Well, I'm glad you believe that, Rob. I just wish you hadn't had to read the letter.
Why? I said I wanted to help you, didn't I?
Yeah, I hate to have you think that I was ever that disturbed to write something like that.
Melinda, you were ill. It's not your fault that you did something that was against your nature.
Well, it wasn't all that long ago, and I could have used words just as threatening and paranoid as those.
When you left Compton Clinic, you left all that paranoia behind you. It's Kellogg's desperations that's forcing him to dredge this up again.
Yeah, well, it almost worked. I was beginning to doubt my sanity again.
No more. We're gonna make Kellogg pay for what he did to my father and for all the pain he's put you through.
How? You heard Herb. It's his word against mine, and he's a renowned psychiatrist. I'm just a former mental patient.
But you're forgetting one thing. You're not facing him alone.
When you say things like that, it just gives me the courage to fight him.
You gotta give yourself some credit. Even without me, you're tough enough to stand up to him.
Well, with your help, I'm not gonna let him scare me anymore. My days as a victim are gone.
Max feels that this is all some sort of conspiracy?
Well, he couldn't get into too much detail. He was kind of in a hurry. But hey, if all goes well, maybe he'll have a hold of my son later today, huh?
I knew it. I knew it. Tina and Max have gone and gotten themselves all mixed up in something dangerous
Sweetheart,
again.
relax. I'm going to arrange for you and Cord to go back to Landview.
Clint, look, about the ride.
No, forget about the ride. It's not important right now.
But what about all the therapy that you've been through with Sarah? Come on, this is like your big graduation.
So, send me a diploma. Now, you're not going to leave the fate of your son in another man's hands, are you?
No, I'm not.
All right. Then get your bag packed. I'll have the foreman drive you and Vicky to the airport.
Clint, thank you for making this so easy for me. But I'm telling you, if I can settle this in a matter of a day or two, I'm going to come back here and help you train for that ride.
Don't give the ride another thought, will you? You're going to need your energy and your concentration to find your son. Now get.
Thank you. Listen, it won't take me long to pack.
Oh, what was that for?
Fatherhood, above and beyond the call of duty. You know I was dead set against that race, but I did know how much it meant to you. That was quite a sacrifice to give it up so Cord could go home.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not quite as noble as you think I am, sweetheart. Because whether Cord gets back in time or not, I'm going to do that ride.
Tina, I thought you were ready to be released, but this fainting spell must have done something to your brain.
Oh, don't worry about me, Lita. I am thinking very clearly here. What is it? Did Rollo tell you I'd be an easy mark?
Who's this Rollo you keep talking about?
You know who he is. Look, you've been in on this from the very beginning. I know that.
No. I just tried to help you get your baby back.
Yeah, you wanted to help yourself to my $1 million is what you wanted. Okay, what kind of guarantee do I have that you and Rollo won't just keep the $1 million and Milagro both?
How can I get you to understand? There is no one named Rollo. There is only a couple in Buenos Aires, and they want to exchange your child for the money.
Lita, be straight with me. I know that Rollo is a monster, but I don't think you are.
Tina, I'm telling you the truth. You have to believe me.
Then tell me there's no other couple, Lita. Then tell me that there is just you and Rollo, and you have my baby. Please.
Damn it, Tina, you're gonna blow the whole damn thing.
Lots of human feeling, and you tell me where my baby is.
Please, Tina, I'm just trying to do what I can.
Well, then tell me where he is, please. But none of Rollo's schemes. None of his tricks. Just let me help my baby, unless you just don't even care about him at all.
I do. I love him as much as if he were mine.
And he's here. He's here in the city.
I didn't want to go along with Rollo. I just wanted him to do the right thing.
Well, then where is he? Just tell me where he is.
No, I can't tell you anymore.
No, please, Lita, please. I have to save my baby's life. His life is at stake.
Don't you think I know that? That's why I can't say even a word. You've been given a message. If you want to see your child, you must be willing to pay.
Lita, please. Please, I know you're not heartless, and I know that deep down you love my child almost as much as I do. And you want him to be safe, and he'll only be safe if he's with me. But I've got to find him. Please, Lita, and I can't find him without your help.
With running from him, let him feel a heat for a change.
I agree, but I have just as much at stake as you do. Remember, it was my dad he had killed. There is no way that I'm going to let you be his next victim.
Well, that's not going to be as easy as he thinks.
All right. We have to go very carefully with this. Now, ever since you saw the murder, he's been trying to force you back into Mountain View Clinic. That's the first thing we have to prevent.
Maybe not.
What?
We know that Dr. Kellogg and whoever it is that he's working with are too powerful for us to deal with directly. I mean, this letter proves how far they'll go.
So?
So, maybe we should try the unexpected and give them what they want.
What do you mean?
Rob, I'm going to be just fine.
Melinda, I want to know what's going on in your mind.
Oh, Rob, it's been so nice you helping me out. But there are some things I just have to do on my own.
Melinda?
Oh, quit squealing. You speak English, huh? No, all you do is make noise like a little animal, huh? Well, pretty soon all your trouble and screaming is going to be well worthwhile. I suppose for $1 million I can change a few stinking diapers.
Please, Tina, no more. I have to go.
What, so you can just go tell Rollo that you delivered the message? Is that it? And then what? Then you're just going to wait for the $1 million, huh? And then what's going to happen to the baby? Maybe Max is right about Rollo, you know.
Tina,
because I
you're
really
pushing too hard.
that he is the kind of man that is going to spend $1 million on diapers and formula, is he, Lita? No, I think he's the kind of man that's going to take that $1 million and he's going to get rid of the baby, just like he might get rid of you, too.
You're wrong about him. He's a good man. Deep inside, he's good.
Oh, yeah, he's so good. How do good men turn a woman against another woman, huh? Do they keep a child from its natural parents? And do they try to ransom off a child for $1 million and then just destroy the evidence?
No harm will come to your baby. I give you my word.
Well, that's not good enough. It's not good enough, not with Rollo around. Please, Lita, please, just a name of anything to tell me where he is. I promise. Nothing will happen to you. Please, you just got to help me. You can't just go along with Rollo all the time.
Stop it. Please, I came here to give you the message, and that's what I'm doing. You will be contacted within 24 hours. If you want to see your child, you must have $1 million in cash.
Why don't you just take it in blood? Would that satisfy your boyfriend?
Just listen. If you will try to contact the police, you will never see your child again.
Lita, please, you're not very good at this. Your voice is shaking. Please.
Listen, I say no harm will come to your child, I swear. But you must only do as I say. Exactly. Do you understand?
Lita, please, I'm begging you. Help me find my baby.
Do you understand? 24 hours, no police, $1 million. Here, you have the message. God be with you, Tina, with all of us.
Lita!
Totally out of your mind? Are you determined to kill yourself?
No, I am determined to finish this little 100-mile race. I've always finished it every year that I've tried it, and I don't want to quit now.
Oh, no, heaven forbid they don't give you the finishing award. You don't want to lose the glory, but of course you don't mind losing your life.
We've been through all this before, Vicky. I know the trail.
Is that why you want Cord to ride along beside you? I mean, I wasn't too thrilled by that idea, but at least it wasn't completely insane.
All right. I admit it would go smoother, it'd be a little easier if I had Cord riding with me. But it doesn't mean that I can't manage without him.
I don't understand why you are being so careless about this. Didn't you just say to me the reason that you had confidence that you could do this ride was because Cord was riding along beside you? Honey, if he's in Landview, who's going to be your eyes? Who's going to look out for all the dangers?
Vicky, no race. I don't care if it's a mile or 100 miles. No race, and even if you have eyes in the back of your head, no horse race is entirely free of danger. But I've got to go through with it, and for all the reasons that I've already stated to you.
Well, they made no sense before. They make even less sense now.
Nothing has changed. I'm just going to have to be a little more sensitive out there on the trail, that's all.
Well, I sure hope you have your sixth sense with you when your horse stumbles and sends you flying into Comanche Canyon.
All right, if it'll make you feel happier, I'll get someone to ride with me.
The only thing that is going to make me feel happier, darling, is if you give up this foolish plan before it even gets started.
Now, wait a minute. I said I'd compromise. Why can't you?
Because I love you, you big idiot. You may be perfectly willing to risk your life, but I am not about to sit by and watch you do it.
Vicky? Vicky, I said I'd get someone to help. Now, what else do you want me to do?
Don't you worry, Bronco Buchanan. You'll have the brother Maria Vasquez looking out for you on that ride.